Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the council. Now, lucky thing is that yes, it does in fact save whenever I, save it. So that's good. So I gotta go back to the group near the chimney. Alright, so I assume that would be upstairs.
Maybe I should introduce myself to the other guests first.
I was completely wrong. Well, that's fantastic. Alright, oh, that doesn't matter. I found them. Sneaking about.
I thought my
near the fire.
chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say.
Ooh, it's an
I've been
innuendo.
longing for a warm fire for ages.
My man.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us.
Interesting.
Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi?
That
He joins
was
us
a
straight
mouthful.
from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance.
Didn't see
Mr.
that one coming.
President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles.
Indeed.
Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet. And you'll see, most of the time there's only
So I'm
the
gonna have a
upper
dozen
crust.
people to interrogate.
And I noticed you were already
Find my
getting to
mother.
know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Bottle letter. Yeah, I can't do them. I'm sure.
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Supposed to if she
pity.
wasn't,
No scrumptious
one-handed
gossip or juicy tidbits,
and missing.
unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for
Indeed.
yourself, sir.
That told us.
Well, my friends,
It
do
starts
any
every
of you
time I
know
start
the
recording.
reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
He's gonna kill you.
You see, Louis,
He's gonna kill
every
him.
time Lord Mortimer organises a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests,
During which time we remake the world.
accompanied by gallons of
Very
absinthe and
interesting.
cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Riche, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Invent something. Oh, should I be truthful? I don't know. Every time I pick something, you always end up coming out like.
Lord Mortimer asked me to
I'll
drop
speak truthful.
everything and come
I mean
find my mother, who
George
seems to have
Washington.
disappeared during her stay here. I took the first boat, and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
Indeed. Or is it?
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards.
Does everyone know
Take
my
a
mother
moment to
well?
Speak about her.
I don't like the way they speak about her. Oh, that is a.
Good lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the
I mean,
United
you couldn't make
States.
it more obvious that you were just staring at it.
He must really know his stuff when
Yep.
it comes to the occult.
No, I wasn't looking at it.
Good evening, my friend.
I was just appreciating your.
Shit. That's the man from
Ruffle.
my vision.
An urgent
That's all it
case
was.
has
Oh,
delayed
God.
our host, Lord
It looks like a
Mortimer.
turkey.
He can't be present this
Ugh.
evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
It's
He's
haunting.
asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start.
Indeed. That's man. Yeah, I'm
And
just gonna
now,
say
my
nothing.
dear guests, a light meal is
I wanna sneak
served in
about.
a small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh,
Is it my
I shall
mother?
be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong
Is it my
way,
mother?
Cole, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with
happening?
Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother.
Indeed.
But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Yeah. I really don't want to go with him, but I really want to know who Holm is. So I'm going to go with a turkey-looking guy.
My vision is more important. Let's follow home.
I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion.
Is
Emily,
he?
please excuse me, but I would like
No.
to speak to Sir
Yes?
Holm.
No.
I shall see you later.
I don't know. I want to give them two a little bit of alone time as well. She seemed very
My
interested
friend,
in
I hope our dear Giovanni is...
stuff.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear.
Who was that? Was
He
that Holm?
apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was, too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh?
Indeed.
Come, sit down and have
So you're
something
trying to
eat,
cast
my
a
friend.
frickin' spell
You
on me?
look
I don't
rather
know.
pale. Excuse me, sir. I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of
That
Lord
is Holm.
Mortimer's.
A
God
real pleasure,
damn
sir.
it.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yeah. He's made it
Yes,
even
I
more
heard the
disturbing.
news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you,
What is the story exactly? Does he know my mother? I'm gonna ask. I want to know what he knows about it.
would you have any information about the disappearance of my mother?
Very little, I'm afraid, my young friend. Your mother came at the invitation of Lord Mortimer. Then, one fine day, we couldn't find her anywhere.
Interesting.
That's it?
As I said,
How
I
convenient.
don't know very much. Lord Mortimer had the entire area searched immediately. We found no clue as to her disappearance. But I am
That's
convinced
my mother,
that
right
as soon
there.
as Lord Mortimer
Holm
becomes
is my
available,
mother in
he will
disguise.
explain the situation.
I've
Thank
called
you
it.
for your answers, Sir Holm. But I beg your pardon.
Game's over.
I get the impression I know
Found
you.
it.
Have we met?
Because it's
Except
your
in my
mother.
Dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man.
It's not really his mother.
Perhaps you are mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. And what with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the first time.
You were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother.
I thought... Never mind.
Oh.
It'll come back to me.
Who is that?
Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Where did my mother come from? What is the link between Hillsborough and my mother? Who could have a grudge against her? And is there anything else gone missing about my mother? I'm curious as to why she came here.
Do you know the reason for my mother's presence here?
I haven't the slightest idea. No. She was
Yes,
invited
we all
by
know
Lord
she was
Mortimer.
invited by Lord
But
Mortimer. I've heard
you
it
don't
about
know
40
why.
times.
Not really. I was given to understand that your mother was looking for something.
And do you know how long my mother
probably
and
are
Lord
all
Mortimer
a
have known
frickin'
each
hand.
other?
Since it was
Several
gone.
years, I believe. They seemed to know each other for quite a while. But it was the first time that Lord Mortimer had invited her to join us here.
Good.
And finally, would it be possible for me to speak with
Yeah.
Lord Mortimer this evening?
I'm terribly sorry. No, he really is quite
Probably should be.
unavailable. But please rest assured that everyone is doing their best to find your mother.
All the same, it's not the Chateau de Versailles. It can't be that
Interruptions.
difficult to find her.
Worry not, my son. I am persuaded that we shall find the famous
I just love every
Sarah
time he
de
speaks.
Richa.
Anywhere
No
from
doubt
like
with new
Italy and
adventures
Rome or
to share,
anything.
huh?
It just reminds me of Assassin's Creed. Oh.
No!
Orgasm? No.
Elizabeth,
Elizabeth. That sounded exactly like from Pirates of the Caribbean.
I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
She looks hardcore. She would be.
Let me
Yeah,
handle
sure.
this. I'm used to this kind of thing.
Thank you, Mr. Duché.
Miss,
Obliging.
can you hear me?
I'm used to this kind of thing. Can you hear me? So quick diagnosis. Notice something strange. Let her breathe. Yes.
Slight arrhythmia, nothing too serious. Do you often feel faint?
Leave me alone.
Yes,
savage.
Elizabeth suffers from poor health. Her fits are part of her daily life.
I would guess it's more like an anxiety attack. as if something had suddenly terrorized her.
Probably the
She
conversation we were
reeks
just
of
having.
laudanum, though. Are you receiving any regular medical treatment, miss? Miss Adams, are you receiving any medical treatment?
No, I
don't know what you have to be afraid of yet, miss, but trying to drive out your demons with drugs won't do much good.
Can you tell me something about her?
Who is she? What's wrong with her? What's she doing here? Yeah, who is she? Other than the fact that she's called Elizabeth, we don't actually know. Because either of these could answer that. Obviously, who is she was probably going to be the more obvious one, but what is she doing here could also answer the same question. Clearly know what's wrong with her. She's got epileptic fit, not epileptic, she's got like fits, anxiety fits or whatever. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I'm going to pick this one.
Who is this young lady?
Elizabeth Adams. She's come to the island for a course of treatment, to rest.
For a course of treatment?
That's right. The seer can do wonders.
Sure it can.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay.
Indeed.
Mother had already gone missing.
I need a pipe. Indeed.
Are you all right,
yes.
Elizabeth? You gave us quite
Shallow
a fright.
and pedantic.
Take it easy, miss.
Let me... I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead.
You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
So what?
I segni della bestia.
The hell does
Sorry,
that mean?
Your Eminence. I don't speak Italian.
Forget it. It doesn't matter.
Oh, don't do that. That's so
Gentlemen,
annoying.
it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
What did I say? You should tackle him to the ground and get answers. That's what I would have done. Screw Holm and Elizabeth. It's their fault.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities.
That's what they've been talking about.
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't
Maybe,
spend
I
too
don't know.
much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Indeed. That was a very
Lord
intense
Mortimer is
stare.
fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he
Indeed.
does have some outstanding pieces.
I mean, there is some guy getting... Oh, no, this one.
The statue is impressive, and so are the paintings. Rubens, the Caravage, Guignero. Lord Mortimer has very good taste, and the means to express it.
Oh, I see our young sir is a connoisseur.
Of course.
Yes, in my spare time. Yet, I couldn't tell
Wow,
you who
that's-
the artist of that painting
Up.
is. I think I recognize a theme, but the style intrigues me.
Saturn devouring his son. Oh, well, you wouldn't know. The artist is none other than Lord Mortimer. I thought for a long time that the painting
That's an
wasn't
M.
finished,
Night
but
Shyamalan
my old friend
twist.
assured me it was. Still, there's no accounting for taste.
Not very conventional, but it sure does hold your attention.
You
You
damn
will
right it
find
does.
that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
So,
Monsieur de
who was
Richet.
that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have
He
liked
looked
to
like he was
stay
drooling,
with us,
like,
but the poor thing is exhausted.
Not the Elizabeth Adams.
Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridor. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your room.
Servant. Oh, that's the one I was a to. Sorry. In my defense, when you click an option, it doesn't give you the full
I bid
option.
you all
So.
good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my
I
bed.
bet you are.
See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning.
Indeed.
Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man, it's been quite a day.
Yes, yes, it has.
Right. Where is my room?
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it doesn't give you all the options, because it's like, you know,
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
well, that definitely is my room. It's like, ah, say sorry is the option, and then you click it, and it's like, you son of. I'll beat your innocent, god damn it, and then you're just like, well, that's definitely not what I just clicked.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
That is facts right there. I need that PewDiePie meme, and that's a fact. Any game that's like this always has those options that, like, you think you're doing the right option, and you click it, and then
That's me.
hello, and then all of a sudden it's like, maybe I should look around a bit more.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance.
Maybe.
But if I open it, I'll be betraying Biaggi's trust. What should I do?
Ooh, that's gonna take all of my things, but I have honey.
So, it really is a list of French countrymen. Biaggi wasn't lying. Wow. Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
No, except I would not be sleeping with that. What is that? Oh, that is haunting. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. It looks like he's. No, it is. I'm not even going to say what it looks like he's doing.
Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes.
God damn, this is a big ass house, though. I mean, I know it's a mansion for like some lord, but dear God. Bed doesn't look that comfortable, though. I'll give them that. That's one thing they could have improved on. Wait, what? I did not find all the clues on my mother on the dock. No. All in the past, I could have remained in the Grand Hall to speak with Mr. Washington, yes. I did not pick up the book on the key. I'm calling hacks on that one, like. Okay, available points for skill not acquired. Okay, so I can pick any of these. Anyone that's no. Okay, so that's level 1. That's level 1. So these are all level 1. So can I? Oh shit. Well, whatever. Conviction. Convince people through sheer force and will of your attitude. Yeah, sure. I mean, there's worse things I could have picked. Be up to date with scientific knowledge and medical technique. Yeah. It could come in handy. Like, I could save someone's life. Rely on your knowledge of myths, occult, and religious symbols, as well as your ancient language and secret societies. Get people to act in your own interest. Benefit from sound cultural background, arts, geographical history. Discreetly steal, pick locks. Okay, I'm going to pick that one because that's cool. Agility. Use your coordination against your surroundings and sometimes against people. Logic. Right. Assign. I'll probably just pick the worst ones. Equipment manuscripts. Yeah, you can choose what to read during your adventure. Alright, cool. Awesome. I thought that was the first episode, didn't there? Oh. Am I in a dream again? I definitely am in a dream again. Is that Lord Mortimer? Oh.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can
Adams.
take care of her, you know.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Interesting.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry,
dear
Gregory.
God.
The game won't disappear.
Who is that?
I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this
His
late
hair
hour.
It is never too
is
late.
screwed up.
And we have much to discuss.
It's like a
One
weird
last
comb
move?
over, but from the back to the front instead of from the side. Wow, talk about
Don't worry. Our games always seem to
Wow.
end like this.
Or always
How
start
petty.
like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
so what, this entire thing's just like a giant game of chess that I'm playing. And I have to pick the correct pieces in order to checkmate. So is this all happening while I'm asleep? Or was this beforehand?
A little nighttime stroll, Mr.
Alright,
President.
this must be while I'm
There's
asleep.
nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
So what is he? Does he have powers? 'Cause-
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Indeed.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
President is totally gonna die, isn't he? Where is he? Oh. So why is he going to my room? Oh, I'm bleeding. So does he have powers? Because that's the second time I've just been able to... I don't even know what. That was impressive.
I'm coming.
Just a quick... And that's it all. No bloodstains, no nothing. Interesting. Hello. What is this?
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present.
Alright, cool.
Dear Monsieur de Richet.
Alright, shut up. Right,
Great.
honey. Interesting. Right, so guys, I think that's going to be the end of the episode. It was a pretty damn good episode. I'm learning a lot, but then again, there's even more that I have no idea. There's so many unanswered questions, like, for example, where my mother? Where is she? Where my mother? Where is my mother? What happened to her hand? That's what I'm curious about. How the hell did you get that thing chopped off? Is this guy magic? I don't know, but he seems to be able to just jump. They go to sleep and just, you know, have visions and shit like that. I just don't know what's going on at the moment. But, guys, thank you very much indeed for watching. And if you enjoyed it, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you want. And I shall catch you guys in the next episode. Hopefully I'll be able to bring out an episode before a week's time. Because I've done all my uni work and stuff. Woo! So, guys, I hope you have a good day. And I shall see you next time.